An easy color block scarf knitting pattern. Hi, I'm Kristen and welcome back to my channel, Studio Knit. I love changing textures and colors, and this scarf allows beginning knitters to do that frequently. So let's take a closer look at its construction. Beginning with the double moss stitch, then we have the beaded rib. In between is double moss, and then section C is the tile square texture, and I'm using the blue color. Of course, you can use any yarn colors of your choice for this project. The double moss is in between, and then section D is the diagonal zigzag. That's one of my favorites. I have a scarf just in that texture. In between is the double moss, and then we are finishing up the texture pattern here with purple, and this is the lattice seed stitch. That's the most complicated one that we have in this scarf, but everything is just knits and purls. And then we are going to repeat this pattern continuing on. So you'll see double moss. You'll see I'm using the same color for each texture. So we have the beaded rib, double moss, and then we go into tile squares, double moss, and we have the zigzag coming up in this pretty peach color again. I just love that texture so much. And double moss, finishing up with lattice seed, and then we have the double moss and binding off. This scarf is 9.5 inches wide and 64 inches long. And if you're excited to knit it yourself, please like up this video. It really helps me out. This project is inspired by my new Knit Stitch pattern book. It is an easy knit and purl scarf pattern, and my book has 50 total patterns, and I thought it would be great to share a project that uses a sampling. And this is from my free sampler digital ebook that everybody can get for free right now. I will have a link in the description for you. So all of these textures that I'm showing you, you'll have them in my ebook. I've chosen one texture from each of the row repeats in my book. As always, the knitting pattern is available totally for free over on my website, Studio Knit. And when you go there, at the bottom, there is a card, they call it, and you click on that and it is printable. I also created this diagram that shows you exactly what the construction of the color block scarf is in a knitting chart. For our materials, we're using size 11 US needles. Now you can use either straight needles if you have some long enough. If not, you can knit with circular needles, just going back and forth. Of course, you'll want to have scissors and a tapestry needle on hand as well. For your yarn, it's bulky weight yarn number 5, and I'm using 5 different yarn colors, A, B, C, D, and E. And before you get started, it's really helpful to mark down what your yarn colors are for each section of the scarf pattern. So let's look at the right side of the scarf. We are making sure that the right side is nice and clean with no purl dash lines. Because we are changing colors and textures, you'll see on the wrong side of the scarf, you do see the purl dash lines right there, but the textures still look really pretty. And because we're knitting our scarf in one piece, you simply need to weave in your yarn ends to finish your work. I also recommend lightly blocking your scarf into shape. This allows all of those different stitch patterns into the same dimensions for a nice, clean look. I hope you're inspired to knit up this easy color block scarf knitting pattern. Go hop on over to my website to get that written pattern right now. And my Knit Stitch pattern book with all 50 stitches is currently available both in print and as a digital ebook. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you here next time. Bye!